Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jansaya, Marketing Manager from MNES Events. We are organizing the third annual Islamic FinTech Leaders Summit on 25th and 26th of October in Pavilion Hotel, Kuala Lumpur. And today, I'm happy to be here in ASAS studio together with Encik Makhtar, CEO of ASAS, and we are going to discuss the importance, the role, and also the contribution of ASAS towards the development of Islamic finance industry. So, Encik Makhtar, I'm very happy to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for making your time to
My pleasure.
to give me this interview.
Yeah.
So back to the point that I was mentioning just now. My question is, what role is ASAS playing in the development of Islamic finance industry?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you also for inviting ASAS to be part of this third FinTech event. I think this is the second time where ASAS be part of MNES program because we realized there are good contribution.
This is already running to my second question.
for this event, from this event. Okay. As everyone know, ASAS or Islamic finance has been in Malaysia for the last 40 to 45 years. We started the first Islamic bank in 1983, and then we progress slowly but steady up until now. It is a common nature for a lot of countries where they have two streams of academic schools during the secondary, primary, and so on. So in Malaysia, we also have what we call religious study on one stream and not so religious study on the other stream. And the religious study student, graduate, subject matter expert went in depth into Islamic studies. But they don't have the opportunity to study the professional programs like accounting, like legal, engineering, so on and so forth. That was the infrastructure before 1990. But come 1990 onward, we have a lot of crossbreed already. You know, we have Hafiz who are engineer, we have Hafiz who are accountant and architect, and so on and so forth. But the community that's serving the Sharia fraternity at the moment are from my generation, or slightly younger than me. So slightly younger than me. So what happened is that we do realize that when we talk in the industry, especially financial industry, we have scholars who are focusing or talking on the Islamic language and focusing on Arabic terminologies, focusing on haram and halal, and focusing on certain areas or certain angle. On the other side, we have accountant, lawyers, bankers, and risk managers, actuaries who talk with their terminology and language. Sometimes it is not synced together. So in 2017, ASAS has been asked by Bank Negara Malaysia to close the gap. So what we do, we train the scholars to be more technical. We train the technical people to be more Sharia, so-called Islamic finance or Sharia knowledgeable. So the architect, the bankers, the lawyers now can understand why scholars make different fatwa or decision on certain Islamic finance product. Where basically they will ask, the reference for Islamic finance is only a Quran or Hadith or scholars. But why there are differences between Islamic finance in Malaysia, in Middle East, and Indonesia, and certain other countries? So when you look at the accounting standard, it is a bit consistent. When you look at the banking regulation, it's a bit consistent. So the public will get confused. Is it real Islamic finance? Is it real operation or just by the name? So this is where ASAS played a role to close the gap between those people. One, we also address the issue of professionalism. We train them, we assess them, We make sure that they are equipped with the latest knowledge. And the third one, we also prepare the succession plan for the industry. And we need the new breed in the industry to make sure that we can carry on with the Islamic finance development. Previously, maybe we talk about brick and butter building banks. Now, handphone is the bank. Now we talk about processing time of maybe 1 day or 2 weeks of financing. Now it's just about 3 hours. Now we are talking about asset, digital asset. So many things that require new knowledge, upgrading, and also matching. So this is where ASAS play the role to bring together the professional, the academician, the Sharia scholars, the regulators in one place, where we talk and when we discuss for the benefit of Islamic finance.
Wow, I'm really amazed by what you're doing. I'm really happy that there are such bodies as ASAS that are bridging the gap and connecting the industry together.
Yes.
So to the next question is, just now you mentioned that is our second time collaborating towards organizing the Islamic FinTech Leaders Summit.
Yeah.
So my question is, what motivates ASAS to become a part of the summit, and also what ways do you think ASAS can benefit from participating in the event?
We realized from the first event that we participated, we have access to different crowd. We don't only have access to the researchers or academicians or the scholars. Now we have innovators, we have data science, we have fintech expert, we have social finance expert coming together. They discuss about a very hardcore fintech issue and solution. So we want to be part of this. Yeah, that is number one. Number two, if you look at the tabulation of ASAS member, our members at the moment, where we have close to about 600 members, are dominating from Sharia or banking sectors or takaful or Islamic capital market only. Traditional. Yeah. But we want to have data science. We have to have programmers. We want to have innovators to become part of our members. So this is where I think there are benefit for us to be part of the discussion. It's important for us also to make them know that come and join ASAS and contribute whatever means, whatever area, whatever expertise that they have for the benefit of the benefit of the ummah. Number three, we don't want to be distracted that Islamic finance is not technology savvy. Now the scholars will still use a conventional way of banking in terms of banking or whatever things. We want to make sure that scholars are able to serve the current and the future needs, because Islam is about way of life. So whatever way of life that we are moving on, the scholars must be there to be ready to clarify the issue in the best way for the purpose of the current community. We have to address the question properly, because the current generation have millions of data and reference. Which one that are true, which one that are clear. So the scholars will have to do that. It is not only about the answer, it is also about the time. You have to react faster. Otherwise, you don't ask me that question. You can ask ChatGPT and you can have all that answer. All right? Or Google share or whatever it is. So this is where we see the importance of us to be part of this program, to be in the community, to involve in the discussion, to a certain extent to contribute as well in the event, inshallah.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
There are a lot of new market players that are like opening their own startups, innovative solutions and all. And it's really, really very important to be up to date with them.
Yeah.
So that like you what do you call, you don't miss out anything.
Yes,
So
correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand your point, and we are trying our best to create that platform for everyone to be able to meet, collaborate, maybe have good partnership opportunities.
Yes.
And all
We also like the crowd that you bring in. They are not only from this region. They are speakers from MENA, from Russian side of countries, from your side of country. Yeah, from Africa, from US, from Europe. So those are the people that are also we can learn. I've been telling people they look at Malaysia as a very seasoned Islamic finance jurisdiction.
Yes.
And I told them that be careful, we are 50 years old. Sometimes we walk very slow. We can be very wise, yeah. But when we go to shop, sometimes we don't order use QR code. The shoppers pity us. They say, "Uncle, what's your order?" So we need to learn from the younger generation, from the new players, from different region, from different segment of people. That is number one. Number two, maybe previously our scholars only deal with one type of investors, but now we have to deal with more colorful investors that have data, because data is also king at the moment. Yeah, data is king. We are also have to deal with innovators. They are the owner of the company that know where they are heading. So the Sharia fraternity must be able to cater for these new shareholders, new partners in the industry, which is totally different from what we have experienced before. So I think this event can bring in this crowd, this knowledge, as well as this opportunity to ASAS member and ASAS fraternity, Sharia fraternity in Malaysia.
Okay, great. So to the next question, since we are already talking about the innovators, right? So how do you see the intersection of Sharia compliance, these new fintech innovators, and how they are impacting the development of Islamic finance?
Technology are not new to Islam, to Muslim for that matter. I think in Al-Quran there are surah or ayat or verses that talk about facial recognition. There are also verses that tell about lie detector technology. When later on you don't answer with your mouse, but whatever your movement will answer on your behalf. So that is technically there is lie detector. We are talking about behavioral. Not only financial behavioral, but also your habit, your pattern, your trending, and so on, and everything. That is your behavioral. So to Islam, technology is just a tool, but we have to control the tool. We must know how to use the tool. Otherwise, it can be misused or misguided or for whatever. So when it comes to deciding on the fintech products, there are products that are clearly Sharia compliant products, because could be a plain vanilla product previously, but now with additional of tech components, not an issue. But when it comes to other products, for example, they are talking about digital asset of various form, that would require a new fatwa or a new endorsement from the scholars. The type of transaction, for example, the parties involved. Because when it comes to Islam, what concern Islam are basically the purpose of the transaction, the asset involved, the benefit and the risk to the parties involved, and what are the way out when it comes to dispute solutions and everything. So those are very important components that the scholars will have to know and to guide the people. So to certain extent, the progress of fintech is very fast that you cannot get that in the classroom. Even though you do a program, the speed of the product development, the market are faster than that. So the best way for us is just to jump into the wagon, understand that, have an experience, and guide everyone for that purpose. So we'll be there. Sharia scholars will be there. Sharia fraternity will be there, and we will always try to stay relevant.
Okay. So does it mean that the main challenge here is to stay relevant, or what is the key challenges that you would address towards the rapid development? You said just now that it's very hard to keep up with the rapid development of technology, right?
Yeah.
So what would be the challenge of the rapid development of technology, and how do you think ASAS can address that?
I told you about the purpose of ASAS from the beginning. One of the purpose is to create and prepare the talent. So we will always make sure that we have enough talent supply with enough knowledge and equipped preparation to serve the industry. Number two, I also mentioned that Islam is the way of life. Islam is not just a religion. So when it comes to way of life, of course, we have to make sure that we adopt, we continue. We cannot isolate ourselves and stay in one place just because this is something different. This is a new tech and everything. We still, to a certain extent, we cannot go to the bank if there's no bank anymore. We have to innovate and do proper internet or online banking. That's what people are doing, buying and selling things just over the phone. So talent is an issue. Proper knowledge is also a challenge. So we have to gather the right input to our scholars or Sharia fraternity so that they can process the right information and produce the right response as when required. And the third one is, of course, the succession plan. Certain generation are, not to say tech savvy, but scared of techs. Technology is something that's scared of them, or they scared the technology, or vice versa, to advance. So the youngsters cannot be too tech savvy and forget about the Sharia. Because Sharia is always the reference. Technology is the tool. So we have to match that together and move on. Yeah, that is important.
Indeed it is. You said that you will supply as many talents towards the development and closing the gap and to embrace this technological advancement, right? You're also well known for supplying a lot of members to become speakers for the 3rd annual Islamic FinTech Leaders Summit. So going back to our program, do you have any panels that you anticipate the most, that you're looking forward to listen to what that particular person or people, they might be from different panels, are going to talk about? And like, what would be the topic that you would be expecting the most?
I have to refer to the notes.
Sure,
I have to refer to the topic, because it is all the topic, all the theme that you have listed down is timely topics. With this theme of you're talking about tech toward sustainability, empowering resilient ecosystem. What more we can ask for, right? But I like also the way MNES, when we discuss about the structuring of the program, you break up the program into a sequence that allow people to appreciate. This will make people to stay on to the whole program. I think we have our members, or at least Sharia fraternity representative in all the topics. Almost all the topic. ASAS members, I think maybe about 5 or 6, enough for this event. But as I said, the difference between how we depart knowledge in Malaysia is a bit different from other countries. So we have a majority of academician or lecturer in our Sharia committee lineup. They bring the practical knowledge of what they have experienced as a Sharia advisors to the classroom. And the university will produce, I would say, a street smart graduates for the purpose of the workforce. So likewise, same goes to this event as well. When we discuss about certain topic, the content are very much advanced and current. I'm sure not many of whatever that they'll talk about in the textbook. So this is where we will do the processing, and also we will look at, we talk about building a resilient and sustainable financial sector. So what does it mean? Everyone are talking about inflation. Everyone are talking about currency issues and sectorial issues. So what's next? Whether what FinTech can do to expedite this event. Creating an inclusive and ethical financial ecosystem is always an issue. We know to a certain extent, maybe 15 to 20% of Muslim and also people out there outside the banking system for whatever reason. Maybe because of the way they work, they are not getting a proper payslip or whatever. They are not part of the banking customer yet. But imagine the banking customer and the my mobile phone holder are more. I mean, the other way around, maybe Malaysian population is about 30 million now, and mobile phone maybe 60 million by numbers, right?
Yes,
or maybe double or triple. Yeah. So the reach out of this mobile owner are much more better than a normal client. But we have to remember as well, our banking system went through a lot of financial crisis few times, and we survived. Yeah, FinTech have not been tested yet.
Yep.
Digital banking has not been tested yet. So we are we will try to look at it with cautious mind, whether you will survive or not the next round of financial turbulence.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how it will evolve.
Yeah. So when we talk about digitize and collaborate, I mentioned about the new stakeholders in the banking. We don't imagine to have e-wallet. We don't imagine to have Food Panda as a partner to the bank. We thought just another financial institution become a shareholders to another financial institution. No, now we have innovators. I came across a discussion last week in one country, in one country which I cannot mention. I talked to the digital bank, potential digital banks applicants. They are ready to apply for a digital banking license. After 3 months in operation, and also with the collaboration of the partner that they have 4 million customers.
Wow.
Okay, when I talked to another banker, the guy said, "MashaAllah, it took us 15 years to get 2.3 million customers. And these people come in with 4 million customers ready. Apply the license and proceed. They have tested the system. They know the market segment very well. They know the area that they want to focus on. So this is what we want to learn. The new method of banking, the new method of financing. Building financially inclusive ecosystem. I think this is the fourth topic of the event, right? When we look at Islamic finance, it always a missing part in Islamic finance, where the component of social finance. Now that we have a social finance component in the financial system altogether, that would differentiate Islamic finance from conventional finance. Because in conventional finance, philanthropy are different. They are different part. They are not part of this. So when we have Islamic finance, we have a component of social finance inside there. We have the digital and FinTech as the tool. You make different things altogether, inshallah. The future of FinTechs for payment. I think when it comes to payment, as I said, you can go out from your house without wallet. as long as you have your phone. Yeah,
Yes.
as long as you have your phone. So but when come to Islamic finance, even though we can go on a normal contract, whatever muamalat contract that available, the sequence of the transaction is important. Sometimes you have to be very careful when come to the sequence of the transaction. That may invalid the Sharia components of that products. So much so that it is a tool. We have to be careful about the process, the sequence, ensuring that it really serves the purpose. As I mentioned earlier just now, the financial sectors will always have a fever when countries have cough. You know, so so we really have to be careful of that. When people sneeze, or we know that something will happen. But this is what COVID gave us. They give us more wider option. I don't think we need to have all physical attendance for this program. We can have virtual attendees from different time zone and different community out there. So I think we ASAS members look forward to be part of this event. ASAS members look forward from the output and the discussion of this event, and inshallah we will continue to support you and support this event.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay, so not to make the audience too bored, so to conclude our interview, I would like to ask you, how do you perceive the future of this innovation, the FinTech, in the progressively digitized world, and how do you see ASAS adapting and shaping that future?
This is where we need to have more colorful members. Yeah, we need to have.
ASAS can be international association.
Yeah. In Bank Negara Financial Sector Blueprint 2022-2026, together with IFIM and INSEF, ASAS is part of the initiative to go and cover Asia and OIC country. Asia and also OIC country. So this is where I think we will make our membership more colorful. We are offering programs. We have certification, also non-certification. At the moment, we have about 30 modules available. So maybe with the FinTech and going on, we can increase our subject to maybe about 50, focusing on digital asset. Where we talk about Bank Negara requirement, we talk about Security Commission requirement, we talk about Bursa Malaysia requirement. So those new subjects will be incorporated in our program, either in the form of CPD training or in the form of certification that scare people with the examination.
Yes.
You said, okay, 100 subject is no problem, but no examination. So, and the third one, of course, we will participate in this kind of event from time to time so that we can participate and also learn. We will have this program in October. We will have Cliff next week, 18, 19, 20th. We will have ASAS Sharia Officer Forum on 10/10. We will also participate in a Bar Council discussion, maybe at the end of October. So this is how we learn, we contribute, we bring back, we process, and we bring out again people and their knowledge. So we have to continue to stay relevant and also to continue contribute in our own way, ASAS way. And ASAS in Malay is in a simple way can be the word basic. Basic thing. So ASAS will continue to provide basic thing, and at the same time is a basic foundation. ASAS as a foundation to go higher, inshallah.
That's great. Thank you very much for the interview. I hope our collaboration will continue to prosper.
Inshallah.
I hope our event will be good. So feel free to click the button, the link that will be either up or down, depending on the layout of the social media. So yeah, you can go to the link, register at our website. So I'll be seeing you on 25th and 26th of October. Bye-bye.